Will this just be men, women, and will there be any children or people under the age of 18 detained here?
I guess, I'll be honest, I'm not a politician, so I've not thought about that. I've not asked that question.
A governor of a United State is saying that he is not a politician. Sir, do you know where you are? Do you know what your job is? Like, he didn't think to ask specific questions on how this concentration camp would run. All he seems to know is that the ICE Barbie called and he got hard. I think it's important to note that Jim Pillen is a whole ass veterinarian. So he went to medical school to be able to treat animals. He's supposed to be smart. How do you have a whole doctorate degree in animal medicine, but you didn't think to ask basic questions on how this facility was going to be run? Could you imagine if this man was able to treat or operate on humans as a physician? This is what we are dealing with in Nebraska for the rest of the world if you didn't know. I think it's important also to note that Jim Pillen didn't debate any of his opponents his election year. He literally put out these cringe satire-esque campaign videos and barely held any press conferences. And Nebraskans, not me, but Nebraskans elected him in a fucking landslide. Probably because he's a pig farmer and was a Husker football player. Like, yep, that's good enough. That's good enough here. Like, this is so humiliating. We have real fucking problems in this state, like the projected $95 million budget shortfall the legislature is just going to have to figure out this upcoming session. Our economy here in Nebraska is shrinking. Our GDP literally dropped more than 6% in the first quarter of 2025, one of the steepest declines in the entire country, driven largely by agriculture. And that's a sector already heavy under pressure. Farmers are caught between slumping commodity prices and rising costs for seed, fertilizer, and equipment, all while climate change brings droughts, heat waves like the one we're in now, and unpredictable rainfall. All those rising agriculture costs are effects of what? You guessed it, Trump's tariffs. Nebraska is an export state, okay? So think soybeans, corn, and beef are supposed to move abroad, but these tariffs and retaliatory tariffs have disrupted those markets, driving prices down and slashing profits. Farmers are literally planting crops they know they're going to lose money on, while at the same time paying more for fertilizer, equipment, and other inputs because tariffs are rising costs across the board. Those trade wars have been a direct hit on the state's bottom line, and they're a big reason agriculture is dragging Nebraska's GDP into negative territory. Then there's a brain drain problem. Young people are leaving the state, citing housing costs, childcare shortages, low wages, and lack of diversity. And that migration out is hitting Nebraska's long-term workforce and tax base. Water is another looming crisis. The High Plains Aquifer, which keeps Nebraska's farms running, is steadily being depleted, threatening the future of irrigation and food production. Also, if you didn't know, Pillen's pig farm is also contributing to the poison of our water. But all of that going on, and he thinks having a concentration camp here is what needs his undivided attention right now.